Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. This video is a very different video, I would say, than maybe any other videos that I've ever made before. But these are just some thoughts and reflections that I wrote down last night. I was listening to a podcast and I've really been reflecting my life, the past year, and I've also kind of changed, and I wanted to tell you guys my story and who I am. This video might be a kind of sad video. I don't really know how people are going to react, but that's the whole point of this video, is doing things that you don't know how people will react to. But the title of this video is called Expectations. I don't know what kind of genre you would call this. It's not spoken word poetry, it's not a TED talk, it's not a speech, it's not a YouTube video, it's not a college essay, but it feels like it has elements of all of these. So I guess I would say the reason I'm uploading this video is because I want to make an impact on the world, and I've always wanted to share some thoughts about life and success and growing up and being a teen in America, and I've never given myself the chance to do that. So that's what I want to do in this video. I hope it helps some people. I hope it makes sense to some people. Without further ado, let's get started. So, hi guys, my name is Maria Tagbo. In my philosophy class, we've been learning about this thing called Pascal's wager. If you get one side, God exists, and if you get the other side, God doesn't. And the point is, you're supposed to guess which one you think is true, and you're supposed to make a bet. There's been a similar coin in my life, but instead of God's existence, it was versus success and happiness. I am the oldest child, and I have always felt this pressure to be good. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. But more than be good, I've always had this pressure to be successful. I think I need to be the most confident, best person in any room that I walked into. And if I didn't have one of those things, I would beat myself up. I couldn't live with myself unless I was perfect. I couldn't be good, I had to be extraordinary. And I tried to steal the best parts of every single person so I too could be lovable and acceptable. At the same time, growing up, I always have envied my younger brother. He has this ability to be just passionate about whatever he is interested in. He never cared if other people thought it was cool or acceptable or profitable. He didn't care about success in the way that I always did. He just wanted to be happy. Growing up, I realized that good girls don't always get ahead. I tried to be a little bit more edgy, a little bit more out there. I instead focused on being successful. I've always liked attention, and I have always wanted to make an impact on the world. So entertainment seemed like a good place for that. I turned to acting and YouTube, and these were my true passions for a while. They made me different, and then I was happy. But it soon controlled me more than I controlled it. To my complete surprise and shock, I had success doing these things. And with success came expectations. People started calling me talented. They started telling their version of the future on me. I now couldn't exist in this career unless I was extraordinary. If I wasn't the greatest, biggest star, who was I? I genuinely couldn't answer the question for myself. At the same time, there was my brother, quietly in the corner, succeeding and failing, trying to do different things. He was funny, he was good to be around, but he didn't care about any of those things. In my family's eyes, he was not successful, but he did what he wanted and he was happy. And that could never be me. There's a story that we read in my Russian literature class about this guy, and his name is Ivan Ilyich. It's this guy who tries to make everything most good, most pleasant, and most comfortable. He works incredibly hard. He has a really good job, and he moves up in his career. He's surrounded by family, by friends, by money, by prestige, but in the end, he dies a really painful death, and no one cares. As much as I did not want to believe it when I read that story, I am Ivan Ilyich. I try to make everything most good, most pleasant, most comfortable in my school, in my career, with my friends, with my family. And the more and more people started telling me that I could be successful in this area and successful in that area, the less I was able to be happy. I became paralyzed. I wouldn't let myself go wholeheartedly into acting, move to LA and give it my shot, because I was afraid. What if I didn't want to do it anymore? What if I quit and I went back home? At the same time, I wouldn't let myself try anything else. I couldn't stand what the possible judgment of people might be. If I quit acting, people might be like, oh, she quit acting? We knew that she was a failure anyway. And then if I quit acting, they might be like, oh my god, she quit acting? But she was so talented. And I know these sentences sound simple, but they paralyze me. All I knew is that I didn't want to fail, so I didn't want to go all in, but I also did not want to quit. I was neither successful nor happy. In my attempts to avoid the truth, I grew mad at myself. I was resentful at the world, at my genes, because I wasn't like my brother. I was angry at my parents for raising me to be a good, pleasant, comfortable girl. I hated myself for trying to be perfect and always failing. And most of all, I hated the message that I kept getting from society over and over. This is what society was telling me. Society would hold up the coin and it would say, the people who are the most successful, they're the people who don't care if they're successful. The people who succeed are like my brother. They're not weak and wispy, drawn to other people's approval, wanting to conform to every whim of society. Instead, the people who succeed are the people who are born with a passion, strong-headed and talented, just like my brother was. And so the thing that I thought I had wanted my whole life, the thing that I thought was going to make me happy and make me be able to have an impact, by the very nature of the way that I structured my life, how I lived my day-to-day actions, my internal life was going to prevent me from having the success and the happiness that I wanted. The truth of success seemed to be clear. Marie, you are not successful because you don't believe in your own convictions enough to be happy. For you, being different is failure, and by thinking that way, you have already failed. This idea haunted me because with a sinking feeling in my heart, I knew that it was true. And who do I blame? The school systems for not teaching me this? My parents who didn't know better? Or me for the choices that I have made in my life every single day? I asked myself day in and day out, Marie, what is the truth? The truth came to me little by little and all at once, and it still comes to me now. The truth is, I have no control over what is the reality of the world. My past is in my past. I can't control my potential. I can't try to game success. I can't make myself be extraordinary. The only thing that I'm responsible for is my life and my happiness. And the only thing that's holding me back from my life and my happiness is my fear of other people's judgment. Because doing what makes me happy may not be doing what makes me successful. Even though everyone sees me as bright and talented, maybe my choice is to do something else. The truth is, my fear to break out, shine through, and be successful is the same as my fear of being different. Because just like success and happiness, being different and outshining others are on two sides of the exact same coin. And it's hard to tell which you are doing until you commit to something over time. And what should you commit to more than the thing that makes you truly happy? And then there's a tape that kept playing in my head over and over and over. You've already failed. You've already failed. You can't do it because you've already failed. And when I quieted that voice down, my true inner voice spoke clearly, and it told me the truth. Stop trying to be extraordinary. I know the world and everyone around you thinks that you have to be extraordinary, but you don't. It's okay to fail. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to be happy and alone. You don't have to please others in order to be real and alive. And it is all okay. Just trust me. Because when you listen to me, you know that you are already extraordinary. You already know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. So just trust me, silence the voices, and it will all work out. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I hate myself. Why do I hate myself? I am someone who is born, who's drawn, not to break the mold, but to fit inside of it. I look around me in the movies and the media, and I see spontaneous, dream, manic pixie girls and eccentric, stubborn businessmen. And I wonder, where do I fit in? Maybe the truth is nowhere. Or maybe I'll figure it out 20 years from now. Or maybe it'll be clear tomorrow. Maybe I'm at the middle of the path. Maybe what I really want to do is nothing. Maybe I want to have a family and raise 5 kids. Or maybe the truth is I am just ordinary. And maybe I'm not ordinary because of what I can do, but of what I think about what I can do. But the good thing about that ordinary is that that's the kind of ordinary that I can change. Because that ordinary starts with me. I have to forgive myself, and I have to accept that maybe success and happiness will never coexist for me. But at least when I let go of other people's judgments and expectations, I can stop playing into the notion of success. I can redefine success. I can allow myself to quit, fail, try new things. Letting go is what gives me the reason to keep going. And maybe if I try and go down this path a little bit more and a little bit more each day, then I'll be happy. And maybe that is true success. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you guys next time.